Guys,
Oh,
I bought green ketchup today.
no. No.
Remember that link I showed you, Ben?
Yeah, I
Bought
do.
it. I bought it today.
Is that what broke your internet, or is that
It
unrelated?
probably is like, what the fuck is wrong with
It's
you?
like, idiot. If you're not gonna do smart things, I'm not gonna work.
Yeah, fuck that. No,
Oh.
I bought it because I want to like mind fuck the children.
Oh, Jesus, why? You just
Wow.
have to say it like that. That was horrible. That was a really bad wording.
What
Why? No.
was that guy, that musician that was like Mind Freak? That's all I can think
Yeah,
of.
Chris
Mind
Angel.
fuck. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
It's more exciting that way. No, Discord kept giving me like a red signal and everything was like 5-second delayed.
Oh.
Red signal on your router, or?
On the
the
voice connected
Discord.
thing.
Oh.
Because now it's saying like 40 ms and before it was saying 3500 ms.
Jeez.
So it's a little better.
So it's like 4,000 times different.
Maybe.
Oh, I think I'll leave that in for the show. Let's start
That was, yeah, pretty good.
right away with your stupid ass ketchup.
Ass ketchup. Well, it is green.
Does it taste any different?
I haven't tasted it yet. I just got home from the store. When I didn't know if they would have it at the neighborhood market Walmart. And then I saw it. I was like, oh, gotta buy it.
I remember when those were really popular. They even had like a purple one, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I
this
remember
one's
that.
actually Great Value brand, but it's Nickelodeon
jeez.
branded slime green.
It's wait, it's not Nickelodeon Great Value though. It's just green.
No, it's Nickelodeon. Its logo and everything's on the bottle.
Wow.
Maybe they teamed up with.
Yeah, Great Value Walmart teamed up with Nickelodeon for this slime ketchup.
This is still making the show, but still very stupid.
Yeah.
Still very stupid.
So I bought some tater tots because Idaho, for me to taste it just because. So I will do that later.
This whole
when we
conversation's
report
very
back next
upsetting.
week.
Yeah, report back. Thank you, please. I bated breath.
Can't wait to hear it.
Just,
You
Wow.
just wait. Tune in next week.
I will not. Even I won't be here for that. All right, hello, welcome to Ben's OP Game Show, recorded live, 6 p.m. Pacific Time, twitch.tv/TheGameFanatics every Friday. Did I say the Friday? It doesn't matter. What is happening? Today I'm joined by the Ketchup Man himself, Logan.
Huzzah!
It is I have Ketchup. And Ketchupless Joel.
So, fun fact: the guy that plays JT on Degrassi
Yes.
didn't show up
Yeah.
to the Drake video because he thought the email was like a scam.
I saw that, yeah. That's so good.
Oh man, he missed out.
Yeah, well, I'm still telling you, there's that one guy dancing on the left when they're dancing in the hallway, and I'm like, I don't know who this guy is.
So there's one guy that they had in there that was, I'm assuming it was after, it must have been way later in the seasons, but he was like a young kid in it. Because I remember on someone's Instagram, they did like a before and after thing.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, I don't know who this kid is. I'd never seen him before.
But I watched, I'm only 5 seasons behind, but I watched a lot of it. So I
Didn't
feel
they
like I
end the
would have
show?
seen this person.
Maybe, I don't know. Yeah. You know.
It was
But
good.
the important people were there. Although Sean Cameron was not there, and he said he wasn't invited. Travesty.
Yeah, well. I'm upset they didn't do anything with, like, the Cheese Whiz. I think that was an iconic Jimmy episode with them and
Yeah, that's
Sean
true.
and all of them. The one where they steal the car.
Yeah, I remember that.
Borrow.
I want to rewatch it. I want to know
telling
where
ya.
I can find that show.
The Degrassi podcast can happen.
The Grass Cast.
It might be happening now.
It just happened.
It might be happening now. So far,
Logan, you were a part of it.
this has been Ketchup and Degrassi on the gaming thing we're doing here.
Green ketchup. Have you ever tried any
Good
other
for
type
the
of
earth.
ketchup? Like banana ketchup? Or
Oh, God.
Do those
No,
exist?
yeah, there's different types of ketchup.
Should they exist?
I've heard
Well,
some
I've
of them are pretty
tried
good. I've
a
heard
lot
some
of
of them are
different
really
ketchup.
gross. I think there's even prune ketchup.
Ew.
Perfect.
Yeah, well,
It's like an old woman.
what? Why? I don't understand.
Like wrinkly, like a prune,
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Dip
right.
your
and
fries.
tasty like ketchup.
Video games.
All right. So one of the, I guess, kind of more biggerful topics that came out was this whole classification as video game. What is the official description? It's like a video game addiction disorder
Yeah,
thing.
gaming.
Yeah, they're
Gaming
calling it like
disorder?
a disorder, not like a what's it called, disease or something. I don't know.
Well, it's not a disease.
It's contagious.
Yeah, it's just gaming disorder
It's
as an addictive disease.
Yes.
Okay. And there are people kind of, there's a lot of like, this is ridiculous going on where like you could say these things about anything at this point.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and then they like classify it by if you spend more than 3 hours, more than 2 or 3 hours a day or a week or something like that. Like it's like a really low bar was set to determine if you have this disorder. And it's like, well, apparently everybody has this disorder.
It's
Even the parents playing Farmville on Facebook.
Yeah, like by
Have
those
this disorder.
definitions, like sleeping every day is a disorder. I'm addicted.
It is a disorder.
It's just dumb. I mean, like, a lot of it is just for like people that do too much of this, you know, like that actually have an addiction. It's just a problem of self-control, or especially if it's like kids, like, you know, parents need to step in and be parents and limit their
Sure.
children.
I think there is a very real gaming addiction in the same way there's an addiction to like anything, and
Yeah.
and like their classification, like you're saying, is so easy to fit into. It does kind of do a disservice to people who really would have a problem, because it's like, oh, you have that? Well, anyone has that. Like, well, no, I have a real issue. Like, no, you don't. Anyone does that. Like, no, I'm buying $7,000 of Farmville. Like, I can't. It's not good. It's a very different thing than.
Yeah, it obviously becomes a problem when you start to if you're playing it too much, when you start neglecting other responsibilities. So neglecting school or work or, you know, just hygiene, maybe even
Kids.
sleeping and eating. Kids,
They
of course.
timed this perfectly right before the Steam sale. So now everyone's like, well, maybe I shouldn't spend all this money. I might have that gaming addiction.
Maybe I am addicted. The Steam sale proves it.
I just bought 6 games I'm never going to play.
I think a lot of people kind of do have a gaming addiction. I feel like sometimes I am kind of just hopping from game to game, like always searching for the next fix of gaming. And the point of where it's like, I don't want to do that, but I need another game. Like, just finished Ni no Kuni. Let's move on to the next thing. Let's go. And it's kind of a weird cycle.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and a lot of it is the fact that we use games as a way to like unwind. Like, that's why I don't really play games that are super stressful, although I've been dipping in and out of like Dark Souls and stuff like that, which I find stressful for the most part, but kind of learning how to manage that part of it. But, you know, I don't look at video games as like oh, I'm addicted. It's like, no, I just enjoy them. They help me unwind. To me they're a better form of entertainment than watching a movie or watching TV.
Yeah.
So I just think, you know, for some people that are prone to addiction it can be anything really, and they turn to video games, like, and a lot of it is games like MMOs and stuff like that really do it to people. You know, you rarely find someone that's like addicted to games that is playing like an action adventure game or something that has an end.
I'm addicted to Mario 1. Like, wow.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It keeps ending.
It keeps...
Well, yeah, because those single player games and those more adventure type games don't have those hooks that MMOs have or mobile gaming have, where you get free entry, free to play game, and then they throw all these purchases at you, you know, buy all these coins, unlock these characters, and
Well, I feel like
do
gaming
daily
addiction,
raids, do dailies, do weeklies, do these
Oh, yeah,
quests
that
and
stuff
stuff.
really
Yeah.
gets
So-
you.
like
You know, they're
when
really trying to
MMOs
hook you
came
in.
around and like Xbox Live and Halo kind of started up, like that's when you really saw gaming addiction being thrown around more, I think.
I mean, we saw that early on with like EverQuest and Ultima Online launching
Yeah.
in the 90s. Like it was huge because people were just devoting all their time to it, and
Exactly.
it was crazy how much. And so like I would almost separate, because mobile gaming is designed to hit that dopamine in your brain, and so it wants you to play that gamble. That's why you play all these games, and it has like the gotcha where, you know, unlock this present and you watch it unwrap, you watch this animation, and then this random thing pops out. There was a article talking about a guy playing the Final Fantasy Brave XVS game. I don't know how you say that.
I forget.
And he spent like $70,000 on it so far.
Gee.
And he's like,
Oh, so
living
far.
at home. Yeah, so far. Like, and he hid that debt from his like wife and stuff, and was trying to like bury it because he was so addicted. And because he was trying to get these characters that are super rare and you can get from these loot situations, and so, you know, that can be a disorder. You know, you're neglecting other things. You're neglecting your family. You're sitting here playing for hours on this mobile phone.
Insane amount of money.
You're buying a car, but you're
Insane.
not buying a car.
That's more than like
buy
my
lots of
yearly
cars.
salary. That's crazy.
It is.
Yeah.
You know,
And I don't have any Final Fantasy characters.
I know. How bad do you feel?
I'm pissed.
I don't have any of these stupid ass little chibi guys.
And so, like you were saying, that bar is so low. Like, you know, if we're playing for a few hours a day or week, it's like we all do that. You know, I play that new Detroit, play the new God of War for 8 hours on end because it was so good. But it's not something I'm doing every day. I'm not calling into work and saying I can't come to work because I'm playing video games. Like, I'm not purposely doing that.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird. Like, where do you? It's too broad right now. It needs to be chopped down and really detailed on what.
Well, the one thing they
exactly it
have is like we're kind of saying, like, where it impedes upon your life in XYZ ways. And I think that's like the main qualifier, and they give these other bogus things like the 20 or 30 hours or whatever. That's like, really? It's such a
That's chump change.
just chump change, like 20 hours a week. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. But it's nice to see it there. I do think it should be there. It just needs to kind of.
I mean, maybe
updated.
people will just be more aware of their habits in this
Sure.
case. And that's being categorized. Like,
I know I have in the last like year have tried to change how I play games and do things, and like I've been trying to buy fewer games and play fewer games because I don't need to play all this crap all the time.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, there'll be times where I play a lot of games. There'll be times where I don't get the time to play as much as I want, and there are times where I don't really touch games. And I noticed that when
you're able to put it on the back burner, you know, you understand that you have a family and responsibilities to do.
Yeah, you know, but at the same time, it's also just like I have a hard time sticking to one game. Like, I've been playing Ni no Kuni for 80 hours, and you know, it hasn't been like a spur. I mean, I got the game I think a month after it came out, but it's a game that has drawn me in, and it's just easygoing. It's not stressful, and it's got plenty of content, so I'm not out there buying more games and you know, tossing them aside or anything like that, because it's kind of given me enough content, you know.
Yeah.
And I play it maybe an hour or two at a time, if I can get that much time to play it. And I don't feel bad afterwards. I don't feel like I've wasted time. I just feel like, hey, you know, I got to unwind for a little bit, play a game I like, and move on. So I don't know. I sound like an addict. Oh my god, I can quit anymore. I swear.
Because you're not planning. You're not like, I can't wait to get home from work. I can't wait for the kids to go to bed so I can just jump into this game. You know,
Yeah, we get that NyQuil.
Like, oh yeah, drink NyQuil on the rocks.
Drink up,
NyQuil.
Yeah, NyQuil's the best.
Is it?
Right next with my green ketchup.
Yeah, like you got a weird choice of drugs over here. Ugh, nasty. Well, okay. We can, since you brought up Ni no Kuni 2, Joel,
Yeah.
we can talk about Ni no Kuni 2. I got it when it came out, played it for a bit, and then I think something else came out and distracted me from it. And
God of
then
War.
it might have been God of War.
Maybe.
It might have
Were they
been.
both March?
Yeah, I think Ni no Kuni came out right before God of War. And that's why I held off on it, because I knew I was going to get God of War.
Huh.
And then once I beat God of War, I went and... Did I trade it? Yeah, I traded in God of War. I forgot what else I got. But then I used my gift card to get Ni no Kuni because it was on sale.
Good. Well, yeah. So you were talking about it, and I was halfway, if not a little further, through the game. So I went back in and finished it today.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, and I think I've only put like almost 50 hours.
Yeah, it can be really short if you just kind of mainline it.
Yeah.
There's
Definitely.
so many side quests. That's the thing, and I think once I kind of found myself committing to the side quest or the platinum, I started taking my time a lot more during, like, in between the main story. So I think I beat the main story maybe around like 60 hours.
Oh, okay. I was doing a lot of the side quests as I was playing.
So many.
I know there's so many, but I think I finished the game with like 70 citizens or something.
Okay, cool.
So I did a lot of it. I did a lot of the tempered beast. There's just something about this game where they give you so many extra things to do, and none of them are like amazing systems, but there's just so much extra stuff to do. You just hop from this to that to that to that. Like, there's just the normal combat. I'll do that, or I'll explore this little optional dungeon. And at the end of it is a boss, and the combat's fun. Or I'll do these little skirmishes that are completely different, quasi RTS battles that are in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
game. And then
There's enough variety in the game itself, kind of like a Yakuza game, right? Where it's got all the mini games and all the side things you can do, that you're not getting completely bored of one game. I think that's why I like it so much, because it's not a very difficult RPG. I mean, maybe
No.
now that you can finally increase the difficulty, it can be, but it was just easygoing. It's not super grindy. I mean, you can take on monsters that are 10, 15 levels above you. I think that's what I like about it is it was something easygoing and something I could really just chew on for a while. And the story's okay. I mean, it's not... I like the story from the first one a lot better, but
Yeah.
it's because it really kind of had more of an emotional hook to it.
had a story.
It had a story where this one just kind of does. but it's
This
just,
story
like,
is
corny.
is fine, but it's really just a means to an end. And
Yeah.
there's points where like you'll get characters later in the game, and there'll be cutscenes, and they like don't even say anything; they just stand there. Like,
Yeah, it's-
I guess you're just here, Leander.
Yeah. Oh God. I love his combat style though, because he like spins the shit out of his like. Spear.
Oh yeah, I played almost the whole game as Tawny, the spear girl.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. No, I had her in the back burner, and I had what's her name? Oh God, I spent like 1,000 hours with her, and I don't remember
what is her
Bracken.
name? Bracken.
Bracken.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she looked like Sakura from Naruto.
Yes, she has an outfit. She has an
She has an
alternate.
outfit,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really fun, man. I really enjoy. I was streaming last night, just going like grinding towards the trophy list, and there was a guy named Mr. Nintendo fan that jumped in the chat and was just saying like he just loves level 5 games, so he jumped in to see what I was doing, and he's like, "Oh man, this game seems so cool." I'm like, "Yeah, it's pretty good. It's not the most hardcore RPG in the world. I've played like Suikoden and like Persona and stuff like that, and those are definitely more hardcore, more
Sure.
difficult. But this is just like hitting that spot. It's like comfort food.
It is a very comfort food. It's just the entire experience is just pleasant the whole
Yeah.
time.
It is.
What else is? We didn't even talk about how there's a whole kingdom you're building, and you get to like a plot of land, and you're building different, like a barracks, and then the spell works, and you're assigning these people that you're doing quests to get them to join your town, and then you assign them to these things, and they do research there, and it's a little like overly complicated and hard to really manage 1,000 people doing a ton of crap. But you, like, you don't need to do it, and it all works just kind of on its own anyway.
Well, what I've learned is just through like tooling around with it, is the main thing you want to do is expand your coffers so you can accrue more money, right? And then expand your inventory for the store. And then, like, as you open up more buildings, you always want to put, when you're doing research, it'll tell you what kind of person you need. And you just throw those people in there on the higher level, like, mining camps and stuff like that. And I didn't really get that down right away. And so once I really started kind of getting into expanding the kingdom and leveling up everything, I really started kind of getting the hang of, like, what I actually need to do. Like, the cycle of it. Like, okay, this is going to be the most efficient way to do this and that. And it's... It just kind of took this whole, like, system that could be seen as complex and made it just kind of simple.
Yeah, well, partially when I say it's complex is that it's like there's 7 bazaars you can build and 7 different lumber yards, and then you can assign people to each one, and then there's other things you can research, and it's like 20 different things they can research. It's just there's menus on top of menus here where I feel like they could really have simplified it down quite a bit and made it easier to just do things.
It seems like they tried to make a lot of systems deeper than they should have been.
Yeah, like there's 2 things. So there's a list of citizens. And in that list of citizens, you can't just pick someone and then say, go to this building. You have to
go to the building.
You have to go to the building. And it's like, okay, it's nice I have a list, but whatever. Yeah. And then there's stuff like building equipment or crafting equipment and crafting, like leveling up spells. And it's just, there's so much extra stuff here, and you don't ever need to do it, that it just kind of negates itself, unfortunately.
You only need to do it if you're going for the platinum or you're trying to 100% the game.
Yeah. And it's cool that it's there, but I never, like, I made a spear once because I was like, how does this work? You know, I never went back there and tried to make it.
What's cool is, like, because crafting in a game, I've never been super into crafting, like, armor and weapons in a game because I've always found better stuff out in the world. But in this game, I actually was able to craft armor that was useful and that actually made me stronger, and I was kind of surprised by that because I don't think I've ever had that experience in a game. I mean, there might be some games I have, I think, but I don't remember right away. But it's weird, like, because you can kind of add stuff to the weapons as you're crafting them, and that'll change, like, some of the critical stuff, and then you can awaken special skills and all sorts of garbage. That's just so much. There's just so much, but I love it.
It's so much, but you're like, oh, this is overwhelming. Let me go over here and do this for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And I really like a lot of the dungeons are super fun to just explore and do the combat where it doesn't take you out of it. It just has the enemies floating around on the map really well. Yeah, like perfectly seamless.
Oh, that's another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about too. Whether you like that part, like that in RPGs. Do you like random encounters, or do you prefer seeing your enemy or like the monsters out on the field? Like, which do you prefer?
I don't mind either of them.
Yeah, I'm kind of,
I'm kind of good either way, but I was listening to Kind of Funny Games Daily today, and they had, I think she's like the head of US Gamer.
Yeah.
And I guess she had written a piece on the upcoming Pokemon games, and the thing that she liked about them was that they don't have random encounters. They have the Pokemon out in the grass and everything like that, and it makes the world feel more alive because you can see, and that's how
with Ben.
Yeah. And that's how this feels, because when you're out in the overworld, or even just in like the areas, you see everything that you're gonna fight, and at a certain level you can skip them, or you can just go and attack them.
Yeah. Well, I like that, especially in a Pokemon situation, because you're trying to capture these monsters, and if I can look at a piece of grass, sounds weird, and see like, oh, there's a Beedrill over there, like I gotta go over there and try to get to it.
Exactly.
That really incentivizes you to actually do the random encounters, as opposed to like a Final Fantasy VI or whatever, where you're just wandering around the world map. I don't need to see a wolf in the world. I'm not collecting the wolves. It's more just filler and for walking around and to grind instead of the core mechanic of Pokemon is the monsters in every single field of grass. Like,
which I think the 2019 Pokemon, I think that one will have random encounters, and that's fine. Like, I don't mind them. I don't really mind them either.
I think
in some cases it could like fill the world up a little bit more, but I think when it comes to like most JRPGs, I don't expect that.
I think in Pokemon's case, like, you know how you can look on the map and it'll have like, this is Route 7 and you can find this one, and this one there. It'd be nice to just see them running around in the grass. And maybe they were kind of
when you're trying to fill in that Pokedex.
Yeah, like they're bouncing around in the grass, like kind of running away from you, and then as you're walking, one at random just jumps at you and you have to fight it. I think that's a cool way to approach it, where it's still kind of a random encounter, but you can see them. Maybe you can't actually activate the fight with them. It's just you can see everything in the grass that you could run into.
Yeah.
There's ways to do it.
Yeah.
So
Do it.
Just do it. Ni no Kuni is pretty great. But I was thinking, so maybe next week we can do our top games of the year so far.
Okay.
If you guys want to do that,
We could do that.
I think we'll share a fair amount of those games between lists, but
Yeah.
just get
Not
like
gonna be a whole lot there yet.
I was gonna say 10 games, but I don't even think I have 10 games. I'll do 5.
Okay.
So that'll be fun. But
I might need to play some games then.
I think you should start playing some games. Well, you played God of War and you played Ni no Kuni 2. That's 2 games.
And Monster
And
Hunter.
Monster Hunter, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's 3.
Ben, teach us how to pronounce Shadows Die Twice.
Oh my god. So
I keep hearing different things.
Oh, you keep hearing it wrong. So the game is. Here's the pronunciations I'll accept. Okay, are Sekiro.
That's what I heard.
I'll accept that Sekiro. It's not. It's fine. It's Americanized. Fine.
Sekiro.
I will not accept Sekiro, which makes me want to stab you in the face with forks. That is so wrong. I don't.
Sekiro.
I don't remember the other bad one I heard, but it was just as terrible.
I still thought it was called Psycho.
I thought it was Sacro or something just because I misremembered it one time. I don't think Sekiro, whatever. Not Sekiro. I don't think it's a good name, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
I wish it
everyone
was
gets
more
it.
like straightforward.
Shadows Die Twice is a great name. And I don't know.
I feel like it's such a what's it called? Like a tagline for the game.
Yeah, it's a great strapline, and it is technically part of the title.
Or almost like the quote you would see in the back of the box.
Yes,
Shadows die twice. Oh.
like the first line on the back of the box.
Yeah. I'm excited for that game. The game looks good.
I do think the game looks really good. It's just gonna drive me insane. Because it's how do you it's like so wrong though. Like God, it's so wrong. None of these people
There have been worse titles.
No, the pronunciation is so wrong.
Yeah,
Like Japanese is like one of the easiest languages to read. Like if you spelled out in American letters,
American.
you can read it super. There's like no way to mispronounce it. It's literally impossible to mispronounce something in Japanese that's written in the Latin alphabet. Like it's literally impossible. But thanks for finding a fucking way. Ugh.
Yeah.
I'm not wrong here.
No?
No. There's no. It's not Ni no Kuni, okay? And there's no possible way to misconstrue it.
No Kuni.
No. Oh, I would hate that person who would say no Kuni. It's like what's the new Nintendo guy? Not Kimishima. Didn't another guy take over?
I don't remember his name. I know what you're talking about.
But it's like no one can pronounce. Oh, Kimishima is still the president. No one can pronounce any of these people's names. It's just Miyamoto. That's the only one they can pronounce.
It's easy.
Yeah, they even they were butchering Sakurai.
Oh, that's true.
Sakurai. They were doing that a lot at Smash.
Soccer guy. Yeah.
Soccer guy.
Soccer guy.
Soccer guy.
Oh, that would be good. I would change my name to Soccer Guy.
Might as well.
Might as well, right? So, so Joel, you mentioned in the Discord that you don't. What did you say? You don't like Breath of the Wild, or you're not sure if you do?
I'm having a hard time loving the game, I guess. I like the game. There's some things that I really don't like about it that I think turn me off about it.
How much have you played of the game?
So I've probably put in a good 35 to 40 hours.
Okay.
I'm trying to think how many shrines I've done. No, I've done probably 30 or 40 shrines.
Okay.
So I've done a good amount of it. I've gotten 2 of the Divine Beasts. I'm on my way to the 3rd. I've got the Forbidden City quest. There are just some things and I took a break from the game, I think, when God of War came out. And I really love the 2D Zelda game. Okay, I love the ones on the DS. The old school ones on the SNES and all that stuff. I love those games. I could never really get into the 3D Zeldas, and mind you, I didn't really play Ocarina of Time till it came out on 3DS. So that was really late, so the graphics were hard to deal with.
Couldn't even use the controls on the 3DS one.
Yeah, the 3DS kind of hampers the experience.
Well, I mean, I've tried playing it before on an N64, and at the time it was way past its prime still. So I like that the 3DS version cleans it up a little bit more.
It does.
So some things that I really loved about the Zelda games were once you find the items, right? Once you find the bombs, once you find the boomerangs, stuff like that. Those items are special. They're awesome, and you have them with you throughout the whole game. And I get what they're doing different in this game. If I have an awesome sword, it's gonna break and be destroyed, right? And most items, even shields, bows, bows and arrows and stuff like that. That part I think I don't like, but I kind of deal with it. I know that if you have a weapon that break and you throw it at somebody, it does double damage. So I learned that little trick. I don't like getting around in the game. I hate that you have to have the horse near you in the area to call on him. I
think I played the game for 60 hours before I rode a horse.
Well, that's the thing too, is I've pretty much managed to not ride a horse because I named him Fred, and Fred is never around. He's just never around.
Just like my father, Fred is never around.
And I like open world games, and I love side quests and stuff like that. And I don't like the way Zelda does their side quests, because I feel like they're a little longer form.
Well, they're nonsense in this game.
Well, yeah, and they're not spitting 50 or 60 side quests at you. You got 3 or 4, at a time, maybe, if you pick them up. I don't know. I just feel like there's I want to get the Master Sword to see if it helps me change, my opinion. Maybe the weapon thing is what's holding me up on the game.
It could be. How many weapon slots do you have?
I have. I've only increased it twice.
Okay, so I think
that's because I've had a hard time finding Kurok seeds, which I'm just gonna find a guide somewhere to find a whole ton so I can increase my storage.
Yeah, I think the game improves once you have 2 rows of swords. Once you start realizing you don't need to fight everything, too, is another.
Oh yeah, well I've avoided a lot of fights just because I'm okay, they're not gonna drop any loot. There's not gonna be any XP dropping, so I don't really need to fight this thing unless there's a chest over there that might have something good.
Yeah.
And also I have a good set of weapons, so I don't want them to just be destroyed on a meaningless fight. So I don't know. I'm just having a hard time.
I've never had an issue with the weapons.
I did early on, but once I left the plateau, I pretty much didn't have much problem.
Well, I think I don't know. I think I just need to increase my weapon slots so I can have more weapons
I
around,
think
so I don't
people-
mind losing them.
A lot of people play this game where they are fighting everything. They are throwing weapons a lot for no reason. And
Which I don't.
Well, but I'm just saying, like, in general. And my hoarding mentality for a lot of these is like, preserve it. Like, this is a survival game. I'm gonna keep all this stuff. I don't need to fight you, so I'm not going to.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just gonna hold on to it. I would use my weakest weapons first, always.
Yeah, I usually do, unless I'm in an area where I can get like one hit killed or something like that.
Yeah, I really like this game. I just think it has a lot of problems.
So
that
and
are weird.
And this might be another issue too. I've only played it in handheld mode for like 90% of the time. So what I'm gonna try playing it in what is it, docked mode?
Docked, sure.
So maybe playing it on a bigger screen
Dr.
and giving
Mario
it
mode.
and getting those items that I want. You know, getting the increased slots, stuff like that. I'm gonna really like dig into it and see if that'll make me feel better about it.
Do you know where the Master Sword is?
So yeah, I'm like a heart short of getting it. So I just did like 5
Oh, so
shrines.
you just don't have enough Korok seeds.
No, you need
No, I mean for the equipment.
right, yeah, to get to increase the slots, right? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Because I'm one heart away from getting the master. Because you need like what, 13 or something?
Yes.
Yeah, because you have to like try to pull it out, and it's taking your hearts. And I almost had it, and I think I missed it. Last I read, it was 13.
I think
something
it's-
like
Yeah.
that. I know. I remember being one heart away, and I was like, okay, I need to go tackle some shrines. So I tackled like 5 of them, 6 of them, something like that. And now I just need to head back and do that. So I'm gonna see. And now the master sword, does it break?
Yes and no.
You can get it repaired, right?
So it'll break, but then you just have to wait like 5 minutes and it'll come back.
It repairs
Okay,
on its
good.
own, yeah.
Because I know that if there's and you can upgrade it, right?
No.
Isn't there a way to upgrade it to where if you're full health, it'll shoot the beams or whatever, or the sonic booms?
Sonic Boom.
I mean, if there is, I've never heard of that.
I saw it on a
think
video
it's just
somewhere.
I think it's just if you have full health, that's what it does.
Okay,
Just
like the normal
the
master
original.
sword.
Yeah.
So I want to get that, and I want to get the Hyrule Shield, which I believe is at Ganon's castle.
You don't even need to bother. There are way better shields than the
Way
Hidden
better.
Shield.
Really? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Way better
I don't even
shields.
think I got that when I played.
I remember I found it and I was like, oh, that's really late to find this. But
It's interesting that you mentioned that you played it in handheld mode. I never once played Zelda handheld. I only played it docked.
wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I mostly play my Switch on handheld mode because I just take it to bed with me or something. Even like Fortnite, I've been playing on there in handheld mode, and it's actually still really cool even that way. But yeah, I don't know. I know. I think I just need to put more time into it, and I will like the game. And I just haven't put enough time in.
So
because
how
I've
do
been
you-
jumping around the-
I wonder if this is the issue, because like when I would sit down to play it, it'd be like a 4-hour marathon thing because it was, here's a point on the map and I'm just going there on an adventure, and that's what I loved about it, especially at the beginning when you're uncovering different spots on the map. What are you, like, are you just going for shrines and just trying and not really exploring?
I've been mainly hunting shrines, and then I wanted to kind of see the whole map, so I kind of went
Okay.
around and traveled different areas to see the different like biomes or whatever.
Ooh.
Yeah. Ooh, fancy word.
At the same time, fancy word.
I know.
Double fancy.
So I mean, I like the game. I love the graphics. I think I just don't care enough about the story, and that's probably because I've just been running around hunting fucking shrines.
Just nonsense garbage.
People are like trying to talk to me, and I'm like, fucking shrines.
I
Just
don't-
run past them.
I don't think the story is very good.
Oh, I've had the story not spoiled for me, but like someone say like it was kind of a letdown. Where at the end, even if you've collected all the memories, she's still like, "But do you remember me?" At the end, and it's just like, damn it, I just went through all this shit.
Yeah, the story of this game is more interesting when you're like, man, it was really cool when I went over that hill and, you know, this happened. It's not
Yeah.
it's not the plot events. Really.
There have been some really cool things, that I do like about the game. That's why I don't want to give up on it. That's why I've had such a hard time like.
Well, I mean, the shrines are one of the best parts of the game.
Yeah, I like the shrines. I had one that was actually pretty hard, and I started over on it because I was getting frustrated, and I went back and I was able to do it on the second try. And I like that part of the game. I like using the runes to solve the puzzles, and I like using them in the environments. I like gliding everywhere. I like climbing and doing different things. I like the fighting for the most part, which I still have to remember to go back and learn some of the combo moves or whatever, like the dodging. There's some things you can learn in that game, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You can like do the dodge and then the quick strike or
the
something.
flurry attack or something.
Yeah.
McFlurry. Yeah.
I want to like it because of how much praise it got. And I don't know. I think I just need to sit
like
down
it
and
because
really...
other people like it. If you don't
Well,
like it, you don't like it.
Yeah, you don't have to
That's
like
the
it.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not forcing myself to like it. I just want to try it and play it. I want to play it, not the way I usually play it.
You don't want to say like, "Oh, I didn't like that much," and then have like 20 other questions of like, "No, I didn't do that. No, I didn't do that."
Yeah.
You want to do it all and then be like, "No, I didn't. This is what I thought." Like,
Yeah. You don't
Yeah,
want to be one
I
of
don't
those
wanna-
Steam reviews that this game was terrible. It's garbage. And it's like 0.3 hours on record. Like, oh, you
Yeah.
didn't even play it.
yeah, exactly.
Well, and I've mostly enjoyed what I've played of it. I just haven't been like in love with it,
Sure. I definitely
And I think
fell out of love with it.
Well, I think I jumped in trying to play it like an Assassin's Creed game instead of playing it more of like an adventure.
Hmm.
Because I'll be watching like a tutorial video and then you can see the environment in this area, and I'm like, what? This isn't this isn't helping me. What is this? And then it's just the guy standing and looking at the mountain, and then he's like, okay, on to the next tip. I'm like, okay, all right. I'm watching the wrong type of.
It's kind of it's like if you enjoy hiking, you'll really like this game because you'll just get to climb mountains and take fun pictures.
If you love video or what is it, photo mode, you're gonna love this game.
Oh, I took so many photos in this game. And
I was
then I
watching
found out there is a
gameplay
camera in the game.
Yeah, I was just watching your gameplay on the stream, and you were taking like screenshots.
Oh yeah, I took so many. Because there's so many cool things that can happen, and it is a lot of fun to play with the pieces they put together in this world. It's a remarkable achievement. I just feel like the combat isn't super great. Like as a third-person fighting system, it's just okay. So it kind of...
Yeah. I think I'm just playing it the wrong way. I think I need to stop playing it like a hack and slash RPG and start playing it more of like a adventure game. And I'm gonna get that Master Sword.
Just start
tonight.
exploring. Like, just pick a spot on the map and just go there. Because then you're going to start seeing the Korok seeds. And you start seeing stuff like, oh, I've seen that on the map for the last 20 hours. I did not realize that's what it was.
Yeah, they put them in the most random spots. Like, I was just running through this area, and there was like a little windmill sticking out of the grass. So I went, and
Oh,
it
yeah.
disappeared. And then I found it again. And I noticed, I was like, okay, this thing keeps moving every time I get near it. And then eventually I found it, and it was a Korok seed. And I was like, why are these things in the most random freaking places?
They're awesome. Like the lily pads why is that in a circle? I'm going to jump in that. Like, oh shit, that is something. Like,
Yeah,
stuff
and I
like
remember
that.
throwing like a boulder into a circle of rocks in the
Yes.
water, and I got a Korok seed out of that, and I was like, okay.
I love that about the game. It's so cool. And like
Alright,
all the
I'm
different
gonna-
ways you can solve the puzzles is super smart.
I'm gonna play it tonight in dock mode and give it the old college try.
Yeah. Get some of them Korakio seeds.
Get some crap
Make
seeds.
out with it?
What?
College try?
He's going to third base on his Switch.
Ooh.
Oh.
I was gonna say something, but that would have sounded really
Dark
bad.
room switch.
After
Just
all
slide
the
it in that
ketchup
dock.
talk, can you say anything worse?
Ooh, yeah, ketchup.
Got that ketchup on ya. Boy.
Jeez. Anyways, anything else we want to talk about? Logan? you
Life
doing
is
anything?
Strange 2.
Oh, yeah, that got announced.
Another September game.
Woohoo.
what the
At least
fuck?
it's just, an episode. It's not like
Yeah.
a full. So it'd be like, ooh, I want to play this. I want to play it. You just quickly get it out of the way.
I know. I'm excited because Life is Strange 1, I knew I wanted to play it, or I was interested in it at least, but I waited until it all came out and like months went by. But now doing it all at once, I don't know. I don't know
So
how
are
that's
you
gonna
hoping it's the same characters, or are you hoping to get introduced to new characters?
go.
Both.
Both, yeah.
Okay.
Honestly, like there's an
Which it probably
awesome
will.
there's an awesome yeah, it probably will be both. There's an awesome scenario where it just continues where the first one left off. That I think would be really cool. There's another possible way where it is just a completely different, basically the same setup, but it is, different kids at a different school, and there's a power introduced. I would love to see, and this is what I loved about Before the Storm, just make it about high school, and don't have supernatural anything or someone's gonna die or any of that stuff. Like just make it a teen drama.
Okay.
And that's what I'd love to see, but I don't think they will do that. I don't know. I think it will be. Max will definitely be there. I think calling it Life is Strange 2 sends a very clear message.
Like, yeah, this is a sequel to this character's story.
Yeah, so it might be. I don't know. I just don't know what it would be. Like, what would the story be? What I wanted to, because they have, Life is Strange, which is Max and Chloe, and then they have Before the Storm, which is Chloe and Rachel, and then I would like a third game that is Max in Seattle when she leaves, and like her adventures off to the side without Chloe.
Oh, okay.
Like just expand it outward and tell their whole life story. I think
Get it to
that's
split
cool.
off.
Yeah. And plus we never see Max's parents or know anything about them, and we don't really know what she did in Seattle. So that'd be like that's 3 years. Like that's 3 years of life that we could get. In the same way as with Chloe, there's a whole couple of years missing there too that could just be teen drama fun times where you're hanging out with Rachel Amber
Teen drama fun times.
where you're waiting for her to die tragically. Like, oh my god, I love Life is Strange. You've played these, right, Joel?
They're not really my type of game.
They are.
I tried playing
Degrassi. You like Degrassi.
I do, but
Come
I
on.
don't like those type of games.
Come on.
I tried. I really tried, and I disappointed Steph really badly by telling her I did not like the game.
Oh,
Well, to be fair, I tried the first episode of Life is Strange and like I didn't finish it, but I think it was like halfway, and then I just put it down. But then I picked it up again later, and I loved the whole thing, and it's really good.
I think it does start slow.
Maybe I'll play it with my wife because we actually we played through Until Dawn in one night just because she's really into that type of story, like game, like narrative, and I'm not. So maybe if I play it with her, it'll just be a little bit easier.
I think that'd be cool. Like
to get through.
I don't know how far you got into it, but like the rewinding time power stuff with Max.
I got to the part where it's right after the bathroom incident in the beginning where like I don't remember if they had the gun or someone.
Oh, so
already
you
shot
didn't
somebody.
get anywhere.
That's really
I know. I'm telling you, I tried, and it could be also that I was playing it at night and I was just kind of tired or something.
The beginning
I just could not get into it.
Isn't great unless like I was in, when I'm playing it, so I was in. But if you're not, I could see you being like, "What the fuck is this stupid?
That's shit.
I don't care about these kids." I think you should play it with your wife.
I think it was free on PS Plus, wasn't it?
Maybe.
Yeah, I think I remember getting it through PS Plus because I have it. I own it.
It might have been. I just already had it, so I forgot. I don't know. But you should play it with your wife. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
For her, not for you.
Yeah, not for me. I'm gonna hate it.
I'm gonna hate this garbage game.
For garbage people.
Well, so Logan, what would you like the Life is Strange 2 to be?
Oh man, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like what would be a compelling game. Like, have it be Max. And like she finds herself in a situation where she has to. Well, that's kind of like the first game actually. I don't know.
Well, so the first one ends with the choice of like, do you go back in time and not save Chloe so that the town
Right.
doesn't get destroyed, or do you just let the town get destroyed and you leave with Chloe? And I think the choice is obvious. You pick Chloe.
No.
Even though I didn't really love Chloe until before the storm. But whatever. I'm picking her. This town sucks. It's a garbage town full of garbage people.
Ah!
So I mean, so yeah. So what's gonna?
So they have to
how's it
pick.
gonna make a
They have to
game
pick
based
an
off of
ending.
choice. Yeah, because it's so
And if
vastly different.
if they pick the ending where you erase Chloe, you're effectively erasing like one of the two fan favorite characters, which I feel like is just not negligent, but it's just a bad idea. When everyone loves Chloe, you should make the game have Chloe in it.
Yeah, makes sense.
But the fact that we got a whole game about her, that just ended a couple
Yeah.
months ago, like maybe that means this is Max going and like doing something else. Who knows? I think it would be cool because the ending where you have Chloe is you're both driving off away from the town. Is if she's like, okay, I'm not using the power anymore, and like slowly stuff has to start happening where she needs to use the power, and it's kind of like Chloe is first forcing her to do this. I don't know. The more I think about it, though, I think we just need new characters.
At least introduced in the story with them.
Yeah, they didn't say when we're getting an actual trailer. It's just a release date of episode 1, so. Well, maybe that's what the Captain Amazing Underpants Man kid is.
Right? Maybe we'll get some clues in that game.
Because it does tie in
Yeah, it's in the same universe. Maybe
Earth.
he's the main character.
Earth.
A good universe. That's coming up, too. That's like next week.
Yeah.
So I would
did you hear they confirmed that you will be playing as Ellie through The Last of Us? Like, I think that's the only playable character.
That's,
Yeah, we talked about that last week.
yeah.
But it's two timelines.
Did they confirm that?
Yeah. At least that's what I heard. Sorry. I don't know. I don't have 100% confirmation. And I think they said it in Kind of Funny Games Daily. Pretty sure.
I think that's just something Greg wants. I don't think that's a real thing.
Yeah.
I might have heard it. No, I might have heard that on the Easy Allies.
Okay, well, you're just going to start
They're
making
afraid,
up.
They're,
You
well,
gotta,
they're
you gotta
afraid of-
confirm that. You can't just believe them.
Well, they're afraid of correction, so they won't say it unless it's right.
All right. Well, we'll check back on that. I think we got a good 2 years to see if you're right on that.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll see. Pretty light week though.
Yeah.
Overall,
Because
for
no one
games.
wants to like do any big things after E3.
This is the E3 coma week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
People are tackling their backlog for sure.
Oh yeah, got that Steam sale going on.
Ah, it's so precious.
Oh, it's something.
It's a wallet buster, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm looking at it going, no.
I've told myself I'm not going to add anything else to my wish list, and just pray that I can get all of these games.
The only stuff I want is the Danganronpa games.
Oh.
Because I played the first one and loved it, but I never played the other two. Those games are phenomenal. At least the first one. I mean, they made 3 of them, so I think the other 2 are good. But
Yeah.
it's
I've heard they're good.
it's so goddamn good. Like, just the whole setup and the writing and the voice acting sells it perfectly. I love this demented bear and the crimes you're investigating and the way they unfold. So fun.
Yeah, I was looking at my wish list again, and I think if I were to choose one title out of all those that I want the most, it would probably be Into the Breach or Hollow Knight. Between those two.
Hollow Knight is fantastic.
I know, I almost got it on Switch, and
I think I said, what did I say about it? It's like the best Metroidvania since Super Metroid.
Yeah.
It's so goddamn good.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
Oh, it's
You offended many people.
it's like a 20-hour phenomenal Super Metroid with like a cool action combat system. unique bosses. You think it's so much bigger than you think. That's a bad sentence, but it's so much bigger than you think it is. Be prepared.
Oh, jeez.
Be
Be
prepared.
prepared. It's much bigger.
It's
than you
also
think it is.
hard.
Oh, God.
Ooh, what's hard?
Oh, no.
What was that? I tuned out for a second. What's hard? What's happening? What am I listening to?
I'm back. I'm back.
I'm back. Something's hard.
Where's the ketchup?
Where's the ketchup? That'll help.
I need it.
Will it though? Will it though?
I don't know.
No, it won't.
Alright, so pick that up on the Steam summary sale if I convinced you with some of that. Probably not. Also,
By Ori.
yeah, Ori is so good. I didn't play the definitive edition, which is supposed to be better, so
Fuck,
Oh.
I forgot about Ori. God damn it. Let me go look for it.
It's
Add to
$10.
wish list.
$10.
and Agents of Mayhem,
Oh,
I know I
yeah.
mentioned that too. That's a really good game.
$7.50 for that one.
I'm not doing
$7.50
Agents of Mayhem. No way.
is it's really good.
Nah.
It is. Alright,
I'll
whatever.
get it. Fuck
We
it.
should have gotten Vermintide when it first came out.
I
That's
have
like
Vermintide.
I don't remember.
part 2?
Yeah.
Yeah? Oh, man. I should
Yeah.
have gotten it.
I like it. It hits that classic Left 4 Dead.
That's what I done heard about it.
It is
Huh?
fun. I do like it.
I'm
Do you
good.
know what we're talking about? You know what we're talking about? Vermintide?
Yeah, I looked it up and I was like, yeah, I think I've seen this before. I don't know.
I think I've seen this shit.
It's not something for me, so
Yeah, I don't think Ben would like it at all.
I didn't like Left 4 Dead.
Yeah, you won't like this then. It's like Left 4 Dead in the Warhammer universe.
Yeah, no,
In a fantasy setting, I should say.
that's fine. I just
But it's better because you can get like different weapons and stuff and change your class, and so it's a little more in depth than Left 4 Dead was. Instead of just being here's a character, go kill zombies.
yeah, I felt Left 4 Dead. It's so hinged on having people to play with it. It was more about hanging out with your friends than it was being a good game.
Yeah, pretty much.
So
Ugh, hanging out with friends.
Yeah,
and I
that's
don't
why
I
play
don't
video
like
games.
hanging out or people.
Now you have an addiction disorder. Way to go!
Yeah.
Playing video
Oh,
games,
no.
hanging out with your friends.
I have to do this with other people.
Ugh. I'm just gonna stay home and play video games. I don't want to see other people.
I don't want to socialize.
I
No, I don't either.
Never have.
We're part of the problem.
I got the addiction disorder or whatever.
I got that there addiction.
I'm infected.
I'm infected with the disorder. It's
No, it got to
contagious.
me.
Is this over?
If only that's how that worked. All right, this has been Ben's OP Game Show, recorded live 6 p.m. Pacific time every Friday. Twitch.tv/GameFanatics. Go buy some ketchup. Go get some
did.
Korok seeds. See, I found a Korok here,
Did.
Joel. If you want to take a note of where I caught him.
Best guide of all time.
Yeah, I found a lot in my without a guide, like a good 350.
Arrows. I
Yeah,
like
you
running
find
with
a
arrows
ton
all
of
the
them.
time.
Yeah.
How'd you get so many arrows? What are you spamming a cheat?
No, you fucking pick things up and not be a jackalope, okay? That's how you do it.
Yeah, you doofus.
What do
You
you mean?
doofus.
Pick things up.
You pick
Don't be dumb,
all the
Joel.
arrows up. You don't use them like a psychopath. You use them when you need to use them. That's the problem with this game.
Need them.
Is it let you carry 7,000 apples? This is the same problem Skyrim had. Oh, let me pause the game and eat 500 apples. Oh, okay. Well, your combat system fucking sucks then. That's all that tells me. I can pause the game and eat
Vermintide 2 is
600
only
apples.
$19, Joel.
I know.
Only?
It's- I mean, with 19
It's a
bucks,
new
I
game.
could. With 19 bucks, I could take care of like a quarter of my wish list.
Well, no.
Well, no.
Fuck it.
I mean,
Just buy all of it. Just add your wish list to your cart and hit purchase. Don't
no,
even
I
think
would.
about it. Don't even think about it.
All right, goodbye.
I would continually live to regret
addiction.
it. No, I don't need the games. I would like the games.